Okay, so we're going to start the alloy example. The alloy example is exercise 6, I believe, for week 2. Now if we look at this, if this is the drawing sheet we're given, surely straight away you can see, wow, this is not good. We have an isometric view there, which to be fair actually gives us a nice picture of an alloy. We've this here, which still isn't great. A lot of information on it, 32 ribs. You know, I'd like it to be bigger. It's hard to see. You gotta really zoom into it. There we go. There's the zoom working now. Up here, okay, you know, a lot of dimensions are crossing over each other and stuff, just very unpretty. And then we get this here, the section view. My God, how is anyone going to decipher that? But this can happen, and hopefully maybe by filtering through this one and filtering it and trying to, you know, do this piece, you'll see how much of a disadvantage it is having a bad drawing sheet, and you know why you should have an appreciation for it. Now there's actually some good techniques here, measuring from the same reference point, but you know, just too cramped, too small of a view for the sheet, and just a bad drawing sheet all in all. So I think we can all appreciate that, so we'll not spend too much time dwelling on it. But how do we go and build it? Well, I'm pretty sure all the information's actually there. It's just how do we filter through it and how do we get onto it. So we're going to start off with a new part. And look, there's many ways of drawing this alloy. There's many ways of drawing an alloy. I'm going to show you one particular way though that I've done that I found is quite useful. And you might not have thought about it just yet, and it shows some good features of the parts. So to start this off, similar again, I'm going to open up a sketch on our front plane here. Open up the sketch. And I'm going to start sketching out some crosshairs, some construction lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with a revolve. You know, generally cylindrical shapes encounter a revolve. That's, you know, the first protocol to go to. It can take in a lot of information, especially the way the drawing gives us a section view. It's kind of pointing us towards doing a revolve. We know there's a centre hole there, so it'll be a gap I'm leaving. But how are we going to do this? Again, if I dissect the drawing, I've got them little ribs, 32 of them. Can't do that within the extrude, so I'm going to can't do that within the revolve. It's going to have to be a pattern later on. So they're the kind of two main features I've come from. So let's see, if I don't include them ribs, I'm removing this kind of square piece here on both sides. So what am I left with? I'm left with, you know, this shape up here. I'm left with this kind of shape in here. And I'm not doing that hole either. Remember, that's like the last exercise. I'd be patterned around them holes too. So let's try and produce that in SolidWorks. Let's see what we do. Now I'm going to sketch this just in another orientation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to map out what I have. And there's a couple of subtle things I'm going to do to it. Just that you might not necessarily pick up on. So what I'm going to do is, usual kind of scenario we had before. I'm going to sketch out the general gist of the profile that I have. So this is the kind of top half of the rim, the outer part. Didn't mean to start that line there. Remember, I'm not going to include the rib because we're going to pattern them later. And I'm snapping a wee bit. Because there'll be a couple of things that I can keep and a couple of things that I might not want to keep so much on the snap. Okay, so I'm going with this outline here. And again, why am I doing that outline? Because what this is going to marry up with, if we imagine this rotated, if I rotate a phrase, what I have here, too much of a zoom, I've done this part here. I'm not doing the rib, and I'm doing this part in here. Okay, so we'll pick that up in the next video.